Anybody out there tonight? Anybody out there tonight? If someone comes on, let me know if my audio is good. I think it is. Gang, I was coming on to. Oh, hang on. I've got a bit of an echo. Just click off that. Click on this. Boy, boy, boy. What is not going on right now? Quick update. My iPhone that I rely upon heavily is melting. Mickey, hey Mickey, glad to see you here, even if it's just for a few. I appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by, letting me know my audio's good. Any of you guys that know me know how I work. Know that I use like my iPhone heavily for storage. I do back it up to iCloud, which is a good thing. But tonight, when I was charging my phone, it like started. I don't know. It's getting hot, and like a moisture indicator was going off. And so I think I'm going to have to replace my phone here soon. E-Reptile, good to see you. How you doing, bud? Anyway, basically I'm kind of like in the process of dropping everything off my phone onto my computer. I won't say it's like impossible or that it, can't be done. It just kind of takes some time. But long story short, it'd been a while since I'd done a live. But I did want to let people know that, like, if I do have to, probably just go ahead and get a new iPhone because, like, it's time. The one that I'm using now has been dropped in water, dropped off cliffs, all kinds of things. It's just a mess. So, and it's showing signs of wear and tear, needing replacement anyway. So, probably going to either just break down and get a new one or get it fixed while waiting on a new one. One or the other could be the same. Morbids, how you doing, bro? Good to see you in the house. But anyway, I hadn't been on in a while live, and so I figured while my setup was still, somewhat surviving, I'd come on and say, guys, if you message me on Instagram or something somewhere, I don't get back to you. Just know that I have very limited access to those things when I do not have my phone going on. YouTube comments as well. I mean, I've got a desktop. I can always come in here and hit them at night. But yeah, it basically cuts out all my office hours and time that I have to do a lot of this stuff on. So, I appreciate y'all bearing with me. Know that I'm not ignoring you at all. I'll tell you what, man, how's Christmas going, people? Is everybody about through with Christmas? God knows I'm about through with Christmas. I tell you, I did get an interesting book. I don't read a lot of books. I read a lot in school. Now that like I'm hopefully got the last degree I'll ever have, I try not to read that much. But I'll tell you one thing that I am looking forward to reading again. I read this back in like 1979 or 1980. It's by Edward Abbey. It's called The Monkey Wrench Gang. It's a bit of a long book. I want to say 400 some pages. Um, I want to say it was written in 1975. And if you're into environmental stuff at all, this may be worth your while to read. Edward Abbey was kind of one of the first people in the 70s to start doing things, and I want to say, I could be wrong, but that book is a work of fiction, but it was based on some semi-factual accounts. Probably some names were changed. It's worth a read. Once again, it's called The Monkey Wrench Gang. I read very, very little for fun. A matter of fact, I almost don't read for fun anymore. I read to learn something, to catch up on news, to learn some kind of science about some kind of snakes. That's what I do. That's why I read. I am reading this for fun. Let me grab some comments. Visual Clown Ball Python. Okay, Morbids, I'm not really sure exactly what that is. I may look it up. I mean, I know what a ball python is, but what color morph that is, don't really know. Couldn't tell you. I just saw a trail from a guy here locally as a pet store where someone was saying they had an emoji ball python, and I was like, is this a real thing? Because like I don't know crap about ball pythons. I mean, I know about the regular ones, what they eat, where they live in the wild, but like I don't know anything about the morphs. And so he was breaking down all this science for me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's pretty interesting. Because I found out that like it's according to him, or this guy who is a ball python breeder, it's not an actual thing, but he's saying it's just something that happens once in a while. You get like an emoji kind of thing, like a smiley face in one of the patterns of the ball python. Some people think it's worth more money, and this guy had bought one at the local pet store from like some lady who was needing to sell it, and then he turned around and sold it for more money. Of course, he's in business, that's what he does. And there's this big war, and she was threatening to come down there and whoop him and all this stuff. It was like pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff. It's not funny when it happens to me, it's funny when it happens to John. I love John. John's a good guy. He's got the patience for that crap. I don't. Boats. Good to see you, Boats. How are you doing? I'm glad you stopped in, Boats. Been missing you guys over there. Been trying to get over there. Haven't. Just been slammed busy. Holiday is pretty much another day for me. E-Reptile, in my family, my wife likes to do the cooking. She likes to do the decorating. She likes to go look at Christmas lights. I want to spend time with my friends and family. So she likes to do all that stuff. I like to do all this stuff. It doesn't work. So I'm doing pretty good, Mr. J. How are you? So anyway, Christmas kind of is a bit of a downer for me. I'm generally glad to see it gone. And she's going to have to watch 10 minutes into this video to hear me talking smack about her, so. Hey, anyway, I want to thank you guys for showing up. I sure as heck did not plan a live tonight. I really wanted to come on and say that I am going to have to either replace my phone or get it repaired. So either way, it's looking like I'm going to be 2-3 days at least minimum without a phone. So if you've got me on Discord, if you've got me on Instagram, and you don't see me getting back to you, I'm just wanting you to know. It's nothing personal. It's just me having technical difficulties. I remember back in the 90s, before these things were around, we lived just fine without them. Now we can't live without them. It's something else. Get to some comments here. E-Reptile, I feel you. Mr. J, you're good people. Hello back to you. Always good to see you guys in here. Has a set of double het albino clowns coming. That sounds neat. That sounds neat. A pair of pied Burms. The only Burm morph that I personally liked, about 12 years ago, I was at a Repticon in Dallas, Texas, and I saw a cinnamon Burmese python. They wanted like $900 for it. And I wouldn't have spent that kind of money on a snake back then. I sure wouldn't spend it on it today. But I had gum looked at this thing for 30 minutes. It's called a cinnamon Burmese. And I've seen the cinnamon balls. Never really cared. No, it wasn't a cinnamon Burmese. It was a cinnamon retic. Let me get it straight. Cinnamon retic. I'm totally out of all kinds of large constrictors today. About the most constrictor I'm going to have is I do have one Lampropeltis right now. And he's pretty much a constrictor. So that's about as far into constrictors as I'm going anymore. I just don't like the poop, the maintenance. If I ever get into anything non-venomous again, it'll probably be like bull snakes or Great Plains rat snakes, or something off the evolutionary tangent of, the Great Plains rat snakes. Like the Slowinski's corn snake is a species I'm fascinated with. And there's debate about whether or not those two actually were, one time part of the same family and whatnot, all that stuff. But anyway, it's just is what it is. Sorry, guys, I've got allergies and sinuses going on. It's kind of funny. I actually have an albino Atrox. Didn't really intend to wind up with him, but did. Pretty cool little snake. Although I'm just not into the morphs. I just like them the normal way they look. To me, that's just kind of the way they're supposed to be, in my opinion. Although nothing's wrong with morphs. I've got a buddy out east that breeds all kinds of different rattlesnake morphs. He focuses on Atrox. Guy's kind of a low-key guy. And he's produced some like bubble gum and stuff in Xanthic. And I'm like, yeah, that's neat, but nothing I'll do. Nothing I would do, I'll say that. I'd be lucky just to get the things to breed. I'd be lucky to get like 2 normal snakes to breed. Because, man, breeding's not where I'm at. Boats, where are you heading for Christmas? Back up in the Northeast? I'm thinking that's where you're from. Correct me if I'm wrong. Boats, though, if you do head up there, have a safe trip. Hey, Morbid Sadistic Balls, go check out my most recent short. That's of a Mexican Black King snake. I had one, just recently traded it off for some stuff. I raised that thing from like pinky size to about almost 5 foot. That thing was pretty honking huge when I sold it. It was a big female. And I got it in like 2009 or 2010, and just recently traded it for like some aquariums and things that I needed. And I kind of now wishing I wouldn't have done it because I kind of missed that snake. But there's a lot of video of that snake on this channel. Beautiful, beautiful Mexican Black King. Good size one too. I mean, not people didn't think it was an indigo or anything, but it was a good size Mexican Black King. And Mexican Black Kings are, to me, the ultimate king snake to have. Hey, albino corn snake would be cool. And I tell you what, Mr. J, the Okatee, or those regular corn snakes, the red and yellow and orange ones, just like they come out of nature, wouldn't find anything better. And honestly, like I said, if I ever work with anything non-venomous, that's probably where I'll go. Live Freedom, hello. How you doing, Live Freedom? Man, I'm running a little behind, and I came here tonight to address the fact that I am gonna probably be without a phone for a few days. It's gonna put me even further behind on stuff, on people's stuff, on catching their videos, getting back to the comments, private messages. Gang, not at all ignoring anyone. And not that like anyone's going to be asking either, but I'm sure I will get someone that's like, I messaged him 3 days ago and he hasn't responded to me and I don't like him anymore and all this. Guys, not that. Just me not having a phone. That means I can't do stuff from like work and things like that. Let's see, PA. That's right, Boats. That's what I was thinking. Man, have a safe trip back. Oh, Live. That sucks. One of your shorts from your gaming channel. Live, am I subscribed to your gaming channel? I'm trying to think. I'll have to get that figured out. Have a hard time telling the difference between Black Kings and Indigo on videos. I tell you what, if you look at the head E, it's pretty obvious. The head of an Indigo usually has some red incorporated in it, at least from what I've seen. If you look at the head, if you look at headshots of like Mexican Black Kings and Eastern or Texas Indigos, you start crossing it back and forth, and you kind of start to pick up on little things that are the difference. Now, the one thing that once they're adults, I almost cannot tell the difference between are Mexican Black King snakes and Mexican Black milk snakes. They look totally different as babies, but totally similar as adults, in my opinion. And it's like a real hard time to for me to tell the difference between those two when they're adults. Let's see. Getting caught up. Yeah, man, Live Freedom. Man, I tell you, Live, I'll tell you what, make it easy if you want to. If not, I'll try to catch it on Discord. But if you shoot me a link to your gaming channel, I'll sub it from like Odie or something. Because or I'll sub it from here. It doesn't matter. I'll sub it from wherever, but I will get you some subs on it or something. I will play some of it. Let's see. Hey, Iron Dog, how are you? Benji, New Zealand, how are you doing, bud? Good to see you. Well, that sucks that you lost a short, so... Okay, now wait a second, Mr. J. You died, but you're back with us. Who the hell would do that, Mr. J? I just, man, that's just the kind of... Okay, thank you, Live. Thank you, Live Freedom. I appreciate you. Mr. J, if I find out who that is, I'm going to block him from all my crap, because I just don't like people who do crap like that. And if it is who I think it is, I remembered you were having some problems with someone a little while back. I think they are blocked from my crap. Oh, God. You know, I sponsored Iron Dog's show. That's what I was thinking, Mr. J. Just in the back of my head, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't like them. They've been blocked from my stuff, I believe. If not, when I catch them, I'll block them. Yeah, some content creators are getting hacked right now. I do know that. I'm not going to say change your passwords often, but make sure you've got a good password. A lot of times people use something that's obvious as a password. Those are the easiest ones to hack. That sucks. Either way, Mr. J, I'm glad you came back to life. I'm glad you're joining us. But literally, if I find out who that is, someone drop me a message. Keep in mind, the only reason I'm going live tonight is to say I'm going to be without Instagram, Messenger, any of it, Snap, YouTube comments, until I get home of an evening. So, you know, I'm just kind of wanting to put that out there. They said it was remixed and the content creator has restricted content. I tell you what, right now it's a lot of fun to use the remix tool to take your long form videos and make shorts out of them. And I'm not talking about just making a regular short. I'm talking about the remix tool. The long form videos that I've done remixes of have just gotten major views, a lot more than a regular short of mine would. And then I've had a few that have like totally flopped, but like, whereas like my normal shorts will get like 400 to 1,500 views, a crappy video, like in remix, might get between 2,000 and 5,000 views, sometimes 6 to 8. I think YouTube is kind of favoring and promoting the remix tool, and you can remix other people's content, but I would be very leery of doing so unless it was someone that you knew. Because Snakes on the Plains, buddy of mine, he remixed a video from the Pemberton Boys channel. Nothing's happened to it. And they're best friends. They're like great friends. But I was sitting there thinking, you know, someone could report that saying, oh, that was remixed from their channel. So I'd be careful of that. But like I said, guys, I'm running behind where I normally am. I sponsored the Iron Dog show for like the last month. Snakes on the Plains got some good sub action out of that. I got a little. No worries though, Iron Dog. Believe me, I'm trying to blow up Snakes on the Plains and get him in a good spot. Just because the more I get for him, the more spots he's going to turn me on to, because he's got the spot hookups. We're talking about heading to Nevada this spring. It's just talk right now. It may or may not happen. I'm definitely going to be in West Texas this spring. That's confirmed. And I'd like to get back to Arizona. Or I'd like to get to Arizona with them. Oh, we still got a couple more weeks left? Sweet. That's cool, Iron Dog. I'm going to try and actually be in the next few lives. I have a meeting tomorrow from 7 to 8. Yeah, Iron Dog, Snakes on the Plains started doing that remix tool on his shorts. He was closing in on 1,000 subs. But he like remixed just like 2 or 3 of his videos with the shorts tool, the remix shorts tool. And man, he went to 1,100 just like that. And also some of that was traffic from you guys shouting him out too, so I appreciate that. Guy makes a hella good video. We're definitely working together on stuff like B-roll, music, commentary, things like that. Me and him in Pemberton Boys, which that's another buddy of mine who's an Oklahoma herper, but he does predominantly hiking videos. Go check his channel out. He got picked up by a video production company, which is really amazing. He had one video go like over 200,000 views or something, and I want to say it was a 30-minute video. It's not easy to do. Okay. Species I'm going to look for: Nevada, Great Basin rattlesnakes, speckled rattlesnakes, twin spotted, whatever croats that are there are probably going to be the main target. And then whatever non-venomous or stuff that we haven't seen. That's going to be what I hope to do. You know, Iron Dog, I was doing the same thing. I did two remix shorts in a row, back to back, and like one got 2,000, the other got 5,000. I thought, So then I did it like the next night. Then one got like 17 views, and the other got like 6,000 views. So like I'm understanding it, and I know that like the more frequently you upload to YouTube, the more views you are bound to get. Once again, I don't know if those are gonna be the kinds of things that end up in monetization, but they will get you a lot more traffic for sure, for sure. Been working on. Hey, live the lives you've been doing on the Live Freedom channel, I've been getting a lot out of. I like that last one about Trader Joe's. That was interesting stuff. Guys, go check out Live Freedom. Check out a live or two of his. Benji, I thought I saw you in here already and said hi to you. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But either way, Benji, I'm glad you're here. I want to say I heard some band that we were talking about not long ago on the radio the other day. Thought of you. Wondered where you'd been. Because I have not been able to catch a lot of lives. It's just been... it's kind of busy time of the year, I'll say that. Hey, Iron Dog, thank you for subscribing to Live Freedom. You two guys would jive, trust me. Live Freedom is not a reptile channel. He does kind of different stuff, prepping, camping, things like that. But he's got some good stuff. I like Live Freedom, and we all go way back. Todd and Chris, you guys thought about doing a herping video collab. I'll tell you this much, Mr. J. One night back when Desert Wolf was in this neck of the woods, we were going to sneak over to Chris's place when he was doing a live. Because, like, I saw the setup of where Iron Dog does his lives at his old place, not where he's at now. And we were going to, like, actually crash the live and, like, have it be totally unexpected. And Wolf was asking me, man, he'll be cool with it. He won't, like, get mad at us, will he? And I'm like, no, not at all. Not at all. But anyway, we were going to pull that off, and then just we never could get together in the same place the same night. I actually was down visiting Mr. Wolf the other day. Made it down to Texas. Dropped off a few things, picked up a colony of African soft furs. I have a colony of African soft fur rats now. I don't know if they'll live. I don't know if they'll get fed up. Iron Dog, that's what... Wolf was like, man, he go bust a cap in us. I was like, no, actually, I thought kind of like when you had your old setup, I kind of thought it would be cool because you'd see us pull up, you'd see, hey, some people are out there, and there'd be people you know, and then we would just go come on screen with you and get right up behind you, and I just kind of was like, we were going to do that, we were so going to do that, and then we didn't. So anyway. Best of intentions that things that don't ever happen. I tell you what, the remix tool on the shorts is driving my subs up too. I know a lot of it is Iron Dog and Justin shouting me out. That's been a big help, Iron Dog. Not minimizing that at all. Love you guys to death. We'll probably sponsor you again sometime further in the future. Snakes on the Plains might do a direct sponsorship because I told him about what's going on because I was going to ask his permission, but then I thought, no, just ask for forgiveness if you need to. But he's got people, and the guy makes incredible videos. If you like field herping, you'll like his stuff. But yeah, that's exactly, we were thinking about your garage because, like, where you pull up in front, we could, you'd see us get out and see us walking towards you, and we were even joking about like getting like a different car so you wouldn't recognize either of our vehicles. It was fun stuff. But I went down, saw D. He said to say everybody hi. Chris, herping video collab. What do you say, Iron Dog? I've got a spot not far from here at all. Probably first warm days in February or March. We could make it happen if you want to. It's up to you. That would that would be a good time. If you go check out my video with Caveman Rob from Kings of Pain, exact same road. Little known secret, we found some stuff on that road that would be range extensions. I'll say that. It didn't make it in that video because I found it afterwards, but it's kind of like our own Snake Road. People are like, why don't you go to Snake Road in Illinois? I'm like, I've got this road in Oklahoma that's probably every bit as good. Just the milk snakes aren't as abundant, and the milk snakes in Illinois, or that part of Illinois to me are a lot prettier than the ones we have here. But it's just like hundreds of water snakes, hundreds of cottonmouths, quite a few timber rattlers. Got it right here in Oklahoma. Why do I need to go there? I'll still probably want to make it up there someday. It's just kind of more of a social thing among field herpers. Once again, guys, hey, thanks for checking that out, Iron Dog. Once again, Instagram Messenger, not going to have it. At least during the day. Snapchat, not going to have it during the day. Trying to think what else. Comments on YouTube, I'm not going to see them. I'm not going to be able, like a lot of times at work, I roll some lives and things while I'm at work, and I keep my headphones in so the volume gets on so you guys get watch time. I'm running behind. I'm going to be a little further behind. Guys, bear with me. Oh yeah, we've got Western Diamondbacks in Oklahoma. We've got a lot of Western Diamondbacks in Oklahoma, and that's one of the species I found over on this side of the state. The Western Diamondback actually makes it into Arkansas-y. A lot of people don't realize that, but they do, and I know where those populations are at. Snake Road is cool, but only pictures, no interactions with the snakes. Well, that's kind of a little bit of a misnomer, Iron Dog. There's not supposed to be any interactions with the snakes. But have I seen videos of people posing snakes there? Yes. Now, they will totally ticket you if they see you walk in with a snake hook. But a lot of people, do the baseball cap trick to get a cottonmouth to coil up, things like that. That does happen. It's not supposed to happen. I also think, though, that kind of stuff is minimal. And a lot of the herpers that hit Snake Road, either in the spring or fall, also kind of help police the place. I know people from the old NAFA message boards, North American Field Herping Association, that like if they saw you with a hook or a bag or they saw you collecting, they'd tackle you. And these were the guys that could do it too. Someone would tackle you, someone would call a game warden, because they did not want that to get messed up, because it's such a mecca. Twitter not going to happen, and I just came off a 6-day ban on Twitter, and maybe that's what caused my phone to melt. Maybe Elon did it, who knows. I did set up a professional Twitter account, because I think Twitter's going to be a big thing. I sure do. A lot of people ask me about like current events or things happening in the Middle East, things happening in Southeast Asia, and You hear about it first on Twitter. You hear about it on Twitter before anywhere else. I think Twitter's going to come back and be what Reddit was going to be. Just my thoughts. Hey, Blaker's Pythons. How you doing, Blaker? Um, Good to have you in. Good to have you in my live with us. Yeah, Iron Dog. Yeah, I honestly went back to Twitter because I figured with them being more lax on censorship, with Elon at the helm, I'd probably have a better time with it. It's not fun to post something that's meant as a joke and something that is absolutely inoffensive to almost anyone, and your account gets flagged, you get locked out of it. It happens 2 or 3 times. You just start learning to live without that app. And I'm not saying you need Twitter to live, but I will say that, you know, like if Instagram locked me out 2 or 3 times, I think I'd just like download all my pictures from the account and nuke it because I do not discriminate. I hate all of you equally. Just kidding. That's an old line from Full Metal Jacket, by the way. But like that's why I've deactivated my Facebook so many times, is because like someone would go looking on my profile, and granted, my profile is private. Like, I don't share things with the public on Facebook. You want to see my public life, you go to my Instagram. And like something I'd shared 4 or 5 years ago would get me like a week suspension. And I'd be like, someone's just going back and reporting stuff, reporting old stuff. And to me, I don't freaking play that crap. I'm just kind of like, um, I just kind of don't. I just don't like that. And generally, I am not like accepting new friend requests anywhere unless they're, like Instagram. Anybody can follow me on Instagram. Anybody can follow me on Twitter. Anyone can follow me, of course, on YouTube. But once again, somewhere like, Facebook, which I have activated right now, I do deactivate it quite often. Lose a bunch of friends when I do, then a bunch of people go back there. I'm trying to get people to get away from Facebook because I do think it is the devil. I think Facebook just sucks. Um, hey Moon, how you doing? Good to see you in here. I missed you jumping in here. Yeah, Iron Dog. Money is always good. I just don't know what that's going to be like. Like, if you get so many people following you, you're going to get paid for your tweets. If you do the spaces things, I have been paying attention to the information drops. I will call them that. I've been listening to those when and where I can. That's some pretty interesting stuff, and I'm not trying to get political on this show at all, but no matter what side of the aisle you follow, or if you don't even follow a side, it's still pretty interesting stuff. Like you got to think about it like, this government agency is telling Instagram or Twitter, don't post a picture of this, or don't let these words be used. It's kind of 1984-ish. If you've read the book 1984, you would definitely understand. Blaker's Python, you're at work. I'm sad for you. I wish you were off work. I wish you were at home drinking a beer. Moon, same goes for you. I wish you were at home drinking a beer. Once again, oh yeah, Iron Dog, like you wouldn't believe. Once again, I'm going to shout this out because I think people need to read it. 400-page book written by a guy in the Arizona desert in 1975. It's called The Monkey Wrench Gang by Edward Abbey. If you don't want to read it, which believe me, it's worth the read, but I also understand reading takes up a lot of time. If you don't want to read it, by all means, go to like one of the Cliffs Notes type pages or the Wikipedia and look up the information on it, because it is to me a very hilarious funny book. What else is going on? Got a new hat. Got a new Eskimo Joe's Stillwater, Oklahoma hat. I like Eskimo Joe's. I like Stillwater, Oklahoma. It is on Audible. Iron Dog. That book is on Audible. To me, it might be a little hard to follow there, but it's a good book. What it basically is it's one of the starts of environmental activism. This is one of the first books to chronicle people doing strange things in the name of saving our environment. I'm not saying I'm pushing radicalism or anything, but you know me. If you've been around me, you know me. If you haven't, stick around. Get to know me if you want to. eReptile, that's what I said earlier. I do not read for fun hardly ever anymore. I do read for information. I read scientific papers like on rattlesnakes, like especially after Sci-Hub went up, and I need to check and see if Sci-Hub is still up. Because Sci-Hub, or sci-hub.com, I want to say it took all the academic papers that were behind paywalls and put them out where anyone could read them. Kind of got mixed feelings about that because, people should get paid for their work, and I understand that. But also at the same time, there was a really brilliant paper on Crotalus atrox, physiology west of I-35 and east of I-35 in Texas. And once again, the database it was on, you had to pay like $50 a month to be a member. And that paper got leaked and got put out there. Now, once again, I'm not saying that people shouldn't get paid for their work or that people should go full-blown Napster. Not saying that at all. I'm saying that it was nice to be able to look at and pull stuff without having access to, a school database or something like that. If I ever went back to school, part of it would probably be just to get free software and free access to databases. Just pay tuition, go to a class in the spring, and then go to a class in the fall, and like the members, your student ID and everything would overlap itself. Just go down to Tulsa Community College, and do something like that, because that way you get free Photoshop, free Adobe, video editor, access to all the academic stuff you'd ever need. Pretty good stuff, and that way you can get it free. Free Windows, free Excel. Area 51 Morphs, glad you're with us here today. Good to see you. But anyway, I'm probably going to end this here pretty quick. That sounds good, eReptile. I tell you, a book that you ought to look at online and look at it on Barnes & Noble so you can see a few pages into it is Weird Oklahoma. That's an interesting book. It kind of sounds like your New Mexico book, like all these old legends and things, and stuff. And things that were obviously not true, or places that were haunted, stuff like that. That creepy kind of sub-history. I definitely enjoy that kind of stuff. But gang, I just wanted to say that I am, you know what? I may try to keep going. I've got 10 people watching right now. Who all's still with me? Man, can you drop a comment or just drop a number? Drop a number or something. If you're not active in the chat the last few minutes here, gotcha. I may try to just keep rolling for a little while. I know I could use the watch time. Mysteries and Miracles of New Mexico by Jack Coots. E-Reptile, that sounds interesting. I may check that out. But like I said, I hardly ever read. And I very rarely do I tell someone to pick up a book and read it. I would definitely, I looked for it on YouTube the other day. The Monkey Wrench Gang could not find it. Well, I found this one guy who was reading it, but he was so annoying and would change his voice, and he'd like read, he would like read, like one paragraph like at light speed, and then the next paragraph he would drag, and it was just so annoying. I just thought, might as well just pick up the book, and I wanted to own a copy of it anyway. It was a huge influence on me as a young person. Thank you guys for letting me know you're here. This is true, Eric B. You technically do read all the time on YouTube and Instagram. Lou B, what's up? My iPhone is melting. So, because, I don't know if it's melting or just the battery needs swapped out, I'm probably just going to try to go upgrade to the new 14 Pro because I do so much video stuff with mine. I've got an 11 now, and could definitely use the larger hard drive, the raw photo capability, things like that. I just don't know that I'm going to get this fixed, and it may take a few days to acquire a new iPhone. So that's why I'm coming out here and telling people I may be without, you know, Instagram Messenger, Snapchat. Trying to think of what else I do. YouTube comments, of course. I do so much of my commenting on YouTube from my phone, like when I'm at the office, because I am back at a job on a contract basis. So like that's why I'm not around during the day. But it's not bad at all. Christmas is here, Luby. Christmas is here. I'm ready to see it go. Hate to be the Grinch. I was telling someone earlier, I like to get together with people. I do not like wrapping presents or putting elves on shelves or stringing Christmas lights, and that's about what it is going to be. So I'm kind of like thinking about. I was talking to Snakes on the Plains. He actually stopped by the house the other night. He was in town, and guy brought me a really cool Alterna. Nice little gift from him. We were talking about like blowing off Christmas and like going to South Texas or somewhere, and not that like herping would be good there, but at least it would be, freezing our butts off up here, which is really warm today. So, and then tomorrow we're expecting. Well, no, we had tornadoes this morning down in the southern part of the state, and I think they may be expecting them again tomorrow. But either way, Lou B, glad to see you here. I was just doing a live to say, hey, my phone is melting, and it's been a while since I've done a live, and we've been talking about other things. We were talking about the Shorts Remix tool, Lou. Lou, have you used the Shorts Remix tool yet? Once again, I haven't been nearly as attentive as I normally would. I would be interested to know what kind of numbers you're getting off the Shorts Remix tool, Lou. And I know you're not a big Shorts person, but I think you ought to kind of look into that, or look at my last few shorts that I did with the Remix tool. You can tell because the video quality is crappy, but the view count is like just outrageous. Mr. J, been snowing here all day. I want to say you're in Utah, or maybe Oregon. You're somewhere around there. Either way, I'm dying to get out west. I told the wife earlier today. It's like, look, okay, we've got a dog that doesn't like to ride in a car, but I need to see some mountains soon. I need to see some cactus soon. Arizona, Colorado, Utah, Montana, Wyoming. I need to make that happen soon because I am absolutely. I love Oklahoma, don't get me wrong, it's a great place, but I want to see the Rocky Mountains. I want to see the Chiricahuas. I want to see the Sonoran Desert. I want to get out west. I was supposed to make it out west last year or earlier this year with Nate and Steve. Sadly, it did not happen. Definitely going to have to figure out a way to. Once again, we're planning on hitting Nevada. Of course, I hate to tell anyone about my plans because we plan all kinds of things and then life happens around those things. And while my buds still have kids in school and stuff, it can just get unpredictable. It can get very, very unpredictable. But yeah, Lou, when are you gonna put out a new video? Hey, thanks, Live. Man, I'm starting to, my throat's starting to go, so man, I'm not gonna probably hang around much longer. Need to go get more water, but oh well. Probably just wind up killing the live here in a few minutes. Normally I get a lot of people who like stick around for 10-15 minutes and they got a bell. It's like 11 solid watchers. I'm kind of trying to stick this one out. Live, I tell you, my sinuses, and once again, I've heard that this happens in PA, like up where you're at, like it gets hot one day and then cold the next day, and like it goes back and forth. And my friends from Pennsylvania, from Oil City area, they're telling me that that was like the thing that's like rough about living up there is like it's like 70 and sunny one day and then the next day there's snow on the ground. Here it's kind of just a little bit more extreme with the heat. I mean, it'll be like 80, 85 one day and then the next day it's 40, 50 degree temperature drop. But if you have sinus problems, it can really mess with you. Not leaving, LOL. Are you not leaving, Eric B? Um, I like to do lives when I have something to talk about. When I don't have something to talk about, I kind of I don't know. I just want to end it. I just kind of don't like to do lives when I'm not keeping it going. But well, I tell you what, Live Freedom, it's kind of like it's bipolar here, and it can even be that way in the summer. It can be like 90s, upper 90s, up into the hundreds, and then generally summer is pretty even kill. It's you know mid 80s at midnight. That's the low. And then it gets like 110 or 105 during the day. Sometimes, last couple summers been cooler than average. It's been like right at 100 during most of July and August. Um, but yeah, and that's what she was saying. She was saying it's kind of like Oklahoma and Pennsylvania kind of like get like the same bands of weather. Like if it'll rain down here, and then like the next day it'll be raining up there, and it's. She follows a lot of meteorology people, and that's Hissy Fits, Snake Rescue, who she's also into snakes. Definitely give her a shout out. And they always say about Oklahoma, if you don't like it, stick around 10 minutes because the weather will change. We'll have like a really cool day, and then like a Gulf front come up from the Gulf of Mexico, and that air will clash with each other. And next thing you know, you'll have like a tornado at 2 in the morning. And they had a tornado in Duncan, Oklahoma this morning, which is down on the Oklahoma-Texas state line. Didn't last long. I understand it did not do a lot of damage. Um, but yeah, scary stuff, especially in the middle of the night when no one can really see them. You can't see what they're doing. Tell you, I've seen a lot of tornado action here in Oklahoma. And when you can look at the distance and you can see them, you can kind of tell, oh, it's moving away from me. It's moving toward me. You know, it's just not that scary. I'll say that much. When you can kind of know which way it's going, it's not that bad. It's when they happen in the middle of the night and you don't know what's going where. That's kind of something else. Hey, boats, I saw that. I will answer that in DM. If my phone is still working, and if not, I'll see if I can get my Discord going on my desktop. See, that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to, keep my phone working, and get stuff off my phone onto my desktop, just in case of a glitch, data, something. I know that generally you can do like copy my data or programs like that and send your old data to your new phone, but I don't always, trust that 100%. So, so that's why I'm trying to kind of do these things and work and do around this stuff. And my God, I gotta be. Time is it now? 1:15. Ugh. I've got to be at work at 9 in the morning. So I probably will not stay on a lot longer. Boats, I'll hit your question later. Um, and Yes, and I want to say over by Tyler, Texas had some tornado action. Shreveport, Louisiana, over in that area, they had some stuff. You just never know what's going to come up from the Gulf Coast of Mexico. Yeah, the downpour. I was up this morning at like 5 when it started thundering and just raining and raining and raining. That was insane. Ariel, good to see you. I need to get you on my featured channels, Ariel. I really do, because you've been with me for so long. I really appreciate your support, Ariel. I hope I'm giving it back. I've been trying to get caught up. I was just telling them that my phone is in the process of dying a painful death, and I'm probably just going to replace it as opposed to getting it repaired. I may have to do both because I can't be without a phone for long, because it's just too much video storage and things gets ported onto there. It's never thought I'd be one of those people who can live without a cell phone, but now that I'm a content creator, yeah, it seems like that's what. Seems like I live by my phone these days. This just came across the ticker. Elon Musk is working on an alternative to PayPal. Will you use it? I personally would, because, well, if I needed to, because I will not use PayPal. Because PayPal stole $400 from me, and I bought some Asian box turtles like about 9 years ago, and yeah, I'm hearing that rumor too, Live Freedom. Nothing would make me happier, but I don't think he's going to get it away from Google. I think it's going to wind up being too much money. Now, once again, nothing would make me happier And I could see him buying Rumble. That would be really cool. But that was, hey, Tom McDonald's good stuff to listen to, Ariel. But yeah, but no, like I bought well, I tell you, I bought 4 Asian box turtles. Um, hey, Area 51, thank you for stopping by, man. Glad I didn't get to engage with you more, but I always appreciate you stopping by. Um, Definitely keep an eye on your channel. So thank you for doing what you do. See you later. Yeah, I think YouTube would be like crazy, crazy expensive. It, exactly, live. I tell you, I did hit a Twitter ban under my old Twitter account after the Elon takeover, but it just looks like overall it's getting so much better. People can say what they want and they can discuss their opinions, good, bad, or indifferent. Eric, feel free to share your feelings with PayPal or share your feelings with the group on PayPal, especially if they're negative, because I don't want my friends using pieces of crap, and that's what PayPal is. But yeah, like 2014, I ordered like 4 Asian box turtles, and they were kind of really beautiful, really fun turtles too to interact with. They were like little puppy dogs. Exactly, Ariel. I second that notion. Um, but guys sold them to me for like $100 a piece, threw in shipping. I said, cool, cool. And I had $1,000 sitting in a PayPal account, and they took out 800, and I'm like, wait, you're only supposed to take out 400. And I contacted them. They would drag their butts about getting back to me, and I just went round and round with them. I would check every other day to see if they'd put the money back because I thought it could be a glitch. I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Um, but anyway, they just no, they didn't. And then finally, I had to say, look, you guys are going to do this, or uh, you know, I'm going to put you guys on blast everywhere. Um, I, ended up making a phone call to an attorney who told me, dude, you're better off to just lose the money. I mean, it's going to cost you, 2,500 to even file something against them. Um, and I was just kind of like, ish. And so eventually PayPal did refund the $400 they took from me, but to one condition of me getting the money back was I had to sign an agreement that said that you will never file a dispute against PayPal again for any reason under any condition. So I shot that over to the attorney because the guy was just real close and handy. And he said, think about this. If you have $2,000 in your account tomorrow, or 500 or whatever it is, and then they wipe you out for whatever reason, or they just steal your money, you know, which I mean is not likely to happen. I know that's got to be like a really rare thing, stuff like that happens. But if they do, you can never legally file a claim against them. You can, it's going to cost you more money. And that's why I thought, you know what, I'm just going to close PayPal, and I won't use Venmo either. I want to read this by Eric because this is interesting. That's weird. I had double charges on mine, filed an appeal, got the money back a month later. I had money sent to me in PayPal from my account. Well, and Eric, that's kind of what I thought it was. And I thought it was just a duplicate because I made a purchase for 400 and they deducted 800. Okay. I wasn't super wealthy at the time, but I can't afford to have $400 tied up. And to me, I kind of wondered if it was like what they do at gas stations when you use a credit card and they charge you like $3.50 holding fee or something just to get the quick transaction back to find out if you're going to be good with your transaction. Make sure everything's legit. And if it's like if it would have been $400 and then they took out 25, I held it and then later refunded it, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But hey, eReptile, thank you for stopping by. And you see, Eric B, that's to me all the more reason. Man, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling my friends, whether you like Twitter or not, get a Twitter account and find the PayPal threads. The ones that say PayPal sucks, retweet them. The ones that say, where Elon's talking about making his own PayPal, support him. Now, I'm not a huge Elon Musk fan. I never was. I don't like Teslas. The SpaceX thing is okay. It looks kind of interesting. What I kind of appreciate is that he bought Twitter and will probably wind up, I won't say losing money on it, but it won't be real profitable, I don't think, for what he paid for it. He's getting rid of all the spam bots. You're starting to, like, if you have 100 followers, chances are you have 100 followers. People who used to have 25,000 followers, they're finding out half those followers were bots. And I'm waiting on Elon to drop his cell phone. I would be too, Iron Dog, but the current one I have is melting and I can't live without it. Derek Todd is my dad. He's just light-skinned. Oh, good Lord. Oh, Derek, you be cracking me up. Good to see you, Derek. Didn't plan to go live tonight. Just decided that I needed to put it out there that, like, I was having to replace my iPhone. I may be a few days without my phone. It's not going to hurt me. It's just going to hurt me getting back to people in a timely fashion, so... Hey, some days I claim him, some days I don't, man. It depends on what kind of video he makes. I'm kind of thinking about, Derek, what's up with the Copperhead, man? You got rid of your Copperhead, man. You were starting to see the light and go the path of the venomous. And it's like, don't get me wrong, we all love Cobra Corn. We all love that Theori. We all love the other stuff you do. What's up with getting rid of that Copperhead? If you don't want to say in the chat, man, message me. That thing was beauty. Iron Dog, I would say yeah, but I'm gonna replace this one anyway, or get it fixed and still probably get a replacement. Because of some of the video things you can do, I'm just gonna go ahead and bite the bullet. I'm just gonna be a few days without a phone, unless things really fall into place, which I'll find out tomorrow. You need more experience first, Derek. You could swing down by my house. We could have a Venom weekend at my house. Believe me, I could get you all kinds of experience. Well, and I'll tell you this much. My thoughts on iPhone versus Android versus Samsung Galaxy. I watched Tony and Chelsea Northrup. They're professional photographers. They review all kinds of camera equipment. And they they did a recent video on like all of the newest Android, Samsung Galaxy, Google Pixel, and iPhone 14 Pro. And they showed like the pros and cons of each. They shot the exact same scenes with each phone. And I thought it was a really cool, well-made, objectionable video. I caught that, Iron Dog. That's messed up. Fungus Queen, it's awesome to see you in the house. Oh, there's venomous mentors in your city, Derek. You just got to connect with them. When people ask you about what you're doing with ball pythons, just say, hey, man, that's cobra food. You'll attract a venomous mentor. Good to see you, Fungus Queen. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Hot Show in Missouri. I'm sure they have one loose that needs Scott. Oh, my God. Yeah, the legend of Venom Fest in St. Louis moves on. Yeah, Fungus Queen is the queen. I'm glad she's here. Live not a 5 but a 10. Come again, Fungus Queen. Glad you're on board. But for what I use it for and working in an Apple operating system, the iPhone is just one more thing that it's like it's geared to work with your iMac. And like what I do is like tonight when I'm backing up stuff, getting it off my iPhone, I'm just airdropping it. Okay, you cannot airdrop. Well, if you can, I don't know about it, but you cannot airdrop stuff from an iPhone to a Windows computer. Now, maybe you can do that with a Windows phone to a Windows computer, but at the time I got invested into iMacs and iPads stuff, I was not an Apple person. I was not an Apple person at all. But what I found out was 4K video was just breaking into the consumer market. And you could either get an Apple, which could handle it, or you could get a gaming laptop. You had to have the high-speed processor to get the video, make it right, make it good, keep the resolution. So I just kind of thought I'm going to switch over from Windows to Apple. And once again, if I was doing, financial work or doing a lot of writing, I probably just would have stayed with, Microsoft. But the video editing to me, it ran kind of smoother in Apple as well as some of the photography stuff. And a lot more people that do drone stuff, that do nature stuff, tend to use Apple. So I just kind of, just went that direction and figured, a good iMac, if you keep it updated, will last you 10 to 15 years. It's not like the iPhone where you need to update it every few years, or, some of the Sony camcorders, you need to update those every few years or switch up. There's nothing to it. Well, actually, there is something to it. I tell you what, Life Freedom, I had an Asus, it's around here somewhere. It was an Asus gaming laptop. And because, once again, things were starting to go 4K, and it had like a, okay, you know how once again, I'm not a tech guru. 20 years ago, I was closer to being a tech guru. But you know how they have the i5 processor, the i8 processor? This one had like a, I want to say an i8. And it was like really, really good, really fast. Most Windows desktops at that time had i5s, and you would either have to install your i8 yourself, but this Asus one had an i8, and it worked good. It did the job. I'll say that. What it didn't do was a lot of the functions that I wanted. Yes, ROG. That's striking a bell. Republic of Gamers. I think, and I never played a damn game. It's just I just edited video. I bought Corel, and I thought, everything I can do with Corel, I can do with iMovie, but I can do with iMovie for free and never have to update it. Fungus Queen, thank you. I love you. You are so great. I appreciate this. This has probably been one of my better lives, and all I did was come on here to say my iPhone's melting, and I'm going to be a few days late getting back to your emails, your messages, your Snapchats, whatever. But anyway, see you later, boats. I'll send you a message, or I'll send you a reply to your message when I get off here. But exactly, Draw was good, but not Jeep. So was Adobe. I liked Adobe, and you can use. I think you can use Adobe on Mac, or you can use Adobe on Windows. Once again, not cheap. I'm not paying, $35 a month for software, or $49.99 a month for Creator Studio. It's almost like they've priced it out of the consumer range. I can definitely see someone who does full-time media production absorbing those kinds of costs. A YouTuber that may make a little money here and there, I just don't see it. Now, granted, if if you have that kind of money, you want to sink into it, do that. I just don't like subscriptions. See you later, boats. I'll shoot you a message. Yeah, and I was talking to Pemberton from Pemberton Boys the other night, and Ariel, he got picked up by a video production company. I'm kind of going to harp on that because I'm proud of Steve. Because he went from not even knowing how to fly a drone to getting his 107, and now he works for a video production company. So he's getting paid to run around and make YouTube videos, more or less, and shoot extra things that they want. Exactly, big YouTubers have their own team and do all that. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind hiring like Stephen Pemberton to produce a few videos for me. Don't know what he'd charge me. Hell, he probably wouldn't charge me. Probably charge me like a freaking 12-pack of like Milwaukee's Best Slide or something. But because he's a super cool guy. But I've kind of looked at getting someone to do a new intro. I love my old intro from Joe. Joe Hinkle's always going to be a big part of my life. But I've just kind of thought, it could be something like different. But yeah, it's just I just don't like subscriptions. Like with Final Cut Pro, which I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on, $300 one-time fee. It's not $30 a month for 2, 3, 4 years till you cancel the credit card. And I'm not saying you can't cancel subscriptions, because you can, but a lot of times it just works that way. And DaVinci Resolve, if you have the hard drive space for it, seems almost as robust as Adobe. DaVinci Resolve is awesome. You do need the space on the hard drive, the RAM, the high-speed processor. It's my understanding you do have to have that. Now, Steve Pemberton, for those people who don't know him, Pemberton Boys on YouTube, he has mad computer skills. He actually programs in different computer languages and stuff. So I'm sure for him to run and edit out of a GoPro app on into DaVinci Resolve, probably nothing to it. And he also has the eye for stuff. Like, he will drone things. Like, when we've been out in the field, he will drone things, and I'm sitting there like, why would you drone that? Because from this vantage point, I don't see the shot that he's seeing. He sees this totally different shot. And I'm sitting there going, God, that's brilliant, Steve. I wish I thought more like you. But he is a good guy for that kind of stuff. Wondershare. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know anyone who has used Wondershare. Filmora. I want to say I've seen quite a few people do a few projects with Filmora, and it's fairly quality. It's just not. It's not what you'd want with the DaVinci Resolve. I mean, you get a little bit more with something like DaVinci Resolve than Filmora, if I'm remembering it correctly. Um, Once again, it, it hang on. Reading Iron Dog's comment. You know, and that's the thing to do, Iron Dog. Like, if I was going to stick with Windows, I'd go down to Sapulpa to this guy named Sheris Technologies. I don't know that he works for free market anymore. I think most of what he does is corporate. But I would say, sell me a computer, rebuilt, refurbished, fine, but it needs to do this, this, and this. He'd make it happen, and it'd be about the price of a new computer, but it would have all the bells and whistles, and he would see how to cut the corners and save you the money. I want to say his name's Gary Harris, but the company he works for is Sheris Technologies, and he's a good dude. But I think that's a good recommendation if you're going to stick with Windows. Wow, 32 gigabytes of RAM. I don't even know what I have on this. The video, ton of space video card was like $1,500. Good God. My kid builds computers. He just charged me for the parts he didn't have. Gotcha. Who knows, man? Maybe it's sometime sooner down the road. If I ever go back to Windows, I have him build me one. Maybe I get a family discount or something. I want to say that Asus had 64 gigabyte or 128 gigabyte of RAM. And once again, I have not plugged that thing in over 3 years. I just went all Mac. It just seemed to be the way for me to go. But guys, I'm sitting here at about an hour and 20 minutes, I think. Voice is starting to crack. Definitely appreciate you guys stopping in. Well, Iron Dog, I think also, doesn't it depend on how much you actually store on your hard drive? Because I have external hard drives, and once again, 4K video takes up a lot of room on them, but I've got like 8 terabit hard drives, and I may just have my brother-in-law help me build my own server in here, because this is just going to keep going. I mean, I'm not going to quit doing video anytime soon, and I want to always back up anything I think that could ever wind up being marketable. Not that I think a lot of what I do is marketable. Don't take it that way. Fungus Queen, yeah, I'm going to have to go pretty quick because, man, my voice is just starting to sound like a man. Sorry, I've been in comedian mode. I have a couple of hard drives, one started. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you can get like an 8 terabyte hard drive, one of those Western, not Western Auto, Western Data or something like that. They're good hard drives. I've never had any problems with them. Like, I've got a MyBook, and it's like $99, and that way you save a ton of space on your computer. You get it all to, the hard drive. Like, as soon as I finish a production, I drag it out of my downloads or desktop on my iMac and get it on my hard drive. And then my iMac stays running good. But gang, just word out if not that this is going to be like a problem, but if someone says, Blakers, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for hanging out with us the whole time. I appreciate it. I'm going to hit your channel some. Definitely going to pay some of that back. I really appreciate you. I mean, I've got some real regulars in here, but I've seen some names tonight that I ain't seen a lot of. So, and if you hang with Fungus Queen, well, then you're cool. I mean, you're in the club, man. I think highly of Fungus Queen. Eric B, I think highly of you, sir. You don't do videos. Okay, gotcha. Well, you should start. I have built my built-in hard drive on my computer. Oh wow, that stuff's cool. Yeah, Fungus, you're good people. I want to get up to your place, the woods, go field herping with you. We might take Derek, but you know he might see a copperhead. It might scare him a little. He might like pee his little pants on us. I always talk some smack on Derek. Derek knows I love him as much as anything. Moon, you just got home from work. I hope you played my live the entire time you were at work. God knows I need the watch time over here. You know what? That'd be the thing, is to meet, is to get to, like, the Flint Hills area and get everybody to hook up there. Because ideally, that's kind of like a good starting point for Kansas herping. I've herped Kansas. It's good stuff. And yeah, come on, Derek. Wait till we throw a timber rattlesnake on you. They're more docile than copperheads. They'll just kill you quicker. Derek, let me tell you something, bud. I caught my first copperhead when I was 9 years old. My mother beat me with a leather belt for doing it. Once again, I was 9 years old. Took a tree limb, looped him into one of those feed things, you know, and just took him to mom, showed him, hey, Mom, I caught a snake. She's like, that's a venomous copperhead. It's like, yeah, I know what it is. Oh, you know what it is? Yeah. Next thing you know, she went in the other room and got one of Dad's leather belts, and now I'm over 50, so definitely got some experience. Derek, man, anytime we can make it together. I can get up there, you can get down here, or something, man. Let me know, because I can show you a lot of things with venomous. That it's like 4 simple rules you'll never get bit, as long as you always practice these 4 simple rules. I would like to see Derek and Eric fight. Now, no offense, Derek, but I think my money might be on Eric. I heard that Eric was a thug. I heard that like Eric like beat up a bunch of truckers in like New York State. Wood spoons were always fun too. Well, there's a difference between your mom and that 3rd grade teacher that looked cute in that mini skirt, Eric. I'll say that. Eric is a thug. That's what I thought. I thought Eric had thug life going on. Now remember, Eric didn't choose the thug life. The thug life chose Eric. Yeah, but it's just, you know, a lot of kids these days want to get into venomous. I tell them, look, you know, you either kind of just get into it and you don't need much mentorship. If you need the mentorship, maybe you shouldn't get into it. I shouldn't say that because that's kind of a blanket statement, but Eric, it's why we thugs. Once again, I'm going to try to read this to get to sleep tonight. I'm going to shout it out again, The Monkey Wrench Gang by Edward Abbey. If you can find it on Audible, do so. You need mentorship. You do pretty good, Eric. Man, when you were like, When you were like in Rikers, did you like, instead of like going to Metal Shop, did you go to Venom Shop? Like, you know, like instead of like cutting sheet metal, did you like, you know, like change King Cobras at the Bronx Zoo? Oh God, Eric, you're the last person I would think that knew what they were doing. Fungus Queen, always good to see you. Hope you're doing well. This is true, Iron Dog. Hognose reclassified as venomous. I've never been to Rikers. I live in PA. Okay. I don't know. It seems like Benji told me on some live that you, like, you know, killed a few bikers in New York City or something. I don't know. I could have got that all wrong. I shouldn't say things like that on live. But either way, Eric, bro, you know I love you. May have to hook you up later in the year too. Some stuff going on. But gang, I'm going to be without a phone, be without communication, private messaging for a couple of days. I hope it's sooner. I hope it's just like tomorrow afternoon. That would be best case scenario. So if anyone asks, not that anyone's going to, but if anyone asks, hey, where's Todd? He's getting his stuff fixed. That's it. Benji has smoked one too many toilet paper rolls. Eric, don't knock it till you've tried it, buddy. Don't knock it till you've tried it. I you know, never smoked pot a day in my life, but there's these things called edibles that help me not be a psychopath. I appreciate each and every one of you sticking in, hanging with me. I appreciate 14 thumbs up. I appreciate people watching. Thank you guys. Just know that if I did Benji steal my edibles? Where are my edibles? My bag is empty. Ariel, much love. Love you. God bless. You know it. You know it's true. I'm just going to shut up while I'm ahead. Thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye.